Hello guys, in this tutorial we're going to go ahead and do some more example on the nested loop so that things becomes little clear in your head. So let's say I wanted to go ahead and display a pattern something like this, which looks number 1 print gets printed 1 time, number 2 gets printed, number 4 gets printed 4 times. Let's say this is the pattern that I wanted to follow. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see how we will do that using a nested loops. So we're going to go ahead and create a loop here. We'll start with integer I is equals to 1. So first thing, I is equals to 1 here. We are going till 4. What is the maximum value? 4. So right, so we'll go ahead and do I less than equals to 4. I plus plus. And then we are going to go ahead and do an inside loop. And inside of this loop, we are going to go ahead and say integer j is equals to 1. Now, how many times the inside loop will run first time? It will only has to run once, right? So it should run less than equals to 1. Or we can say less than equals to I. And then j plus plus. And then we're going to go ahead and say system.debug. And what value I'm going to print? I'm going to go ahead and print the value of I here. So let me go ahead and explain to you how this is going to work. See, first time we said we have an outer loop here. This is the outer loop. And then we have an inner loop, which this is the inner loop and this is the outer loop, right? Next thing is we have a variable called I and we have another variable called j. So in the first time we are saying I is equals to 1. So I is equals to 1 here. I less than equals to 4. Is this condition 2? Means is this 1 less than equals to 4? Yes, 1 is less than 4. So now what will happen is, since this condition meets, it will go ahead and run this inside loop. Now in the inside loop, j is equals to 1. So j is equals to 1 has been initialized. Every time it comes inside the loop, again the initialization portion will run. Means the whole inner loop will run again. Always remember this. For every time of the outer loop, each iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop will run completely. So j is equals to 1. What is the value of j? 1. What is the value of I? I is also 1. So j 1 is less than equals to 1. Yes, 1 is equals to 1. So then it will go ahead and print the value of I. What is the value of I? 1 here. And then j becomes 2. Is 2 less than equals to 1? Because I is equals to 1. 2 is less than equals to 1. No, that is not true. So then it will go ahead and exit out the loop right away. And then it will come back to this outer loop. Now what the outer loop says? Outer loop is I now became 2. What is the new value of I? I became 2 here. Now the condition says 2 less than equals to 4. Is 2 less than equals to 4? So this is the condition. Is 2 less than equals to 4? Yes, that is true. 2 is less than 4. Again, it will go ahead and come inside the loop. Now what the j will get initialized? J will again be initialized with 1. I is now 2. Right? I is now 2 because we did it to I plus plus. Now j less than equals to I. What is the value of j? J is still 1 because every time it comes inside the loop, initialization part will run again. So 1 less than equals to 2. Is this true? Yes, 1 is less than 2. So it will go ahead and print the value of I. Now what is the new value of I? I is now 2. So it will go ahead and print 2 here. Again, what's going to be happen is j plus plus. Now j will become 2. J will become 2 now. So j less than equals to I. Now is 2 less than equals to 2? Yes, because 2 is equals to 2. Again the condition met. Again the statement will run. What is the value of I? I is 2 now. Again the 2 will get displayed here. So now this particular, so far we have reached 1, 2, 2. Now we have to display 3 times. So now what is the new value of I? Now j becomes 3 because j plus plus, right? J becomes 3 now. So now j less than equals to I. Is 3 less than equals to 2 because I is still 2? No, that is not true. So what will happen is this condition will not get executed. This will come out of the loop, of the inner loop. Now this outside loop will run again. I plus plus. Now what is the value of I, guys? I is now incremented to 3, right? I became 3 now. Is 3 less than equals to 4? Is 3 less than equals to 4? Yes, it is equals to, it is less than 4. That is true. So condition again meets, again the inner loop will get executed. Again what will happen is, again the j will get initialized with 1. So now the new value of j became 1 and the new value of I is 3. So first condition is j less than equals to I. So is 1 less than equals to 3? Yes, 1 is less than 3. Again the condition meets, it will come inside the loop and it will execute this statement and it will print the value of I. So what is the value of I here? The value of I is now 3, so it will go ahead and print number 3. J plus plus. Now what is the new value of j? J became 2 now. Is 2 less than equals to 3? The next condition is 2 less than equals to 3. Yes, that is true. Again the condition met. Again the I will get printed. What is the value of I? I is equals to 3 here. Again the I will get printed. Now j plus plus. Now what is the new value of j? J became 3 now. So what is the value of j now? J became 3. Is 3 less than equals to 3? Yes, that is correct. Now the condition meets, again it will go ahead and display the value of I. What is the new value of I? I is still 3. So it is going to go ahead and print 3 3 times, right? So now we have 3 3 times 2 1 and then 1. Now j becomes 4. J plus plus. Now j becomes 4. 4 less than equals to 3. Is this true? No, this is not true. So this condition will not get executed. So nothing will get printed. It will come out of this inner loop. Now I plus plus will run. Now what will happen is this particular part of the code will run, which is I plus plus, because it came out of this inner loop. What is I plus plus? 3 plus 1 became 4. So what is the new value of I? I became 4 now. Is 4 less than equals to 4? Is this true? Yes, the condition is true, right? The condition is true because 4 is equals to 4. It will come inside the loop. Again, the j will be initialized 1 here. Now, the I is 4, j will get initialized again with this number. J less than equals to I. So, what is less than equals to I? So, what is the value of j? 1 less than equals to 4. Is that true? Yes, that is true. So what will it get printed? This condition meets the line number 10 will get executed. It will print the value of I, which is what? 4 now. Again, j plus plus. What is the new value of j? J becomes 2 here. 2 is less than equals to 4. Is 2 less than equals to 4? Yes, that is true. Condition again meets. It will come inside the loop and it will print this value of I, which is equals to 4. Now j became what? J became 3. Is 3 less than equals to 4? Yes. 3 is less than equals to 4. Is 3 less than equals to 4? Is 3 less than equals to 4? Yes, 3 is less than equals to 4. Again, this particular statement will get executed. It will print the value of I. What is the value of I here? The value of I is 4. Now j plus plus. What is the new value of j? J became 4. 4 less than equals to 4, that is true because 4 is equals to 4. Condition meets, again it will go inside the loop and it will print the value of I, which is equals to 4. Now again j plus plus. Now j became 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 4? No, this condition did not met. So now what will happen is j is 5, 5 less than equals to 4. No, this is not right. So now it will exit out the loop, inner loop, and it will go ahead and execute I plus plus. What is the new value of I? I became 5 now. Is 5 less than equals to 4? No. So the outer loop now exits out. Okay. So the output will look like 1. Then it will have 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. So this is going to be the output of the program. So do you remember the pattern that we are following? That's how we wanted to print. Let's go ahead and verify by running this program. So let's go ahead and hit the execute button. Now if I go to the debug, now I can see 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. So this is what the nested loops has done. So this is one example on doing the nested loop. Play around with it and see how these loops work because they are very important to understand. Now we have done the nested loops.